Hi everybody, I'm Knight of Endale. So this is the 1,000 subscriber celebration, which is insane. I never expected this channel to go much of anywhere because I only planned to make the one mashup and that was for fun. So seeing it come this far and grow such an amazing community of people like you has been incredible. And I'm so excited to keep watching it grow and to interact with you guys in the future. But to celebrate, we are doing this Q&A. So you guys submitted questions on my community tab post, and now I'm going to read them for the first time because I had Mango moderate the comments, so I literally have no idea what you guys are going to ask. So this should be an adventure. And joining us behind the camera, oh gosh, momentarily in front of the camera, but mainly behind the camera and getting hats off my wall and putting them on my head, is Unintended Mango. And I'm gonna take this off now. Unintended Mango!
Hello! I'm the disembodied voice being distracting behind the camera.
She is helping very much with this video. If you also don't know, she helps me with most of my original songs, helps writing lyrics, and beta testing all the music, and she is amazing and wonderful.
Are you ready?
No!
Go!
Oh, Emily2739 says, congratulations! How long have you been playing/writing music? Oh boy. Playing music is complicated. I did like 3 years of piano when I was like 7 to 9, and I play an instrument called a dulcimer. But I've only been doing that for like a year. Other than that, I don't play music.
You have vocal training.
I do vocal stuff. I've done vocal stuff. So it's been like 8 months. I've been writing songs. This whole thing is very new to me. Paige, oh gosh, Radak, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says, have you ever completely scrapped a song you were writing? Or a mashup you were making? I don't think I have any memorable mashups that I've completely scrapped. It's pretty early that I figured out whether or not a mashup works, so I don't even really think about it as scrapping it. But, completely scrapped song. Mango's laughing. She doesn't know what I'm about to talk about. So Beloved. So, I went into what became Beloved intending to write a really edgy Ranbu song, and I asked Unintended Mango for help.
To be fair, Rambu was my favorite character at the time,
Yeah,
so I kind of
yeah.
knew all the lore.
So we sit down, and it was pretty quick. It was like, instead of like an edgy pop song, we could write like a really sweet song about Tubbo and Ranbu's friendship. That is very different than what I was thinking, but okay. And it kind of went down a rabbit trail where we're gonna write a Ranbu song. That was pretty much the idea of like what Beloved kind of turned into. Like most of the tunes were the same. And then I came up with the Beloved lyric and we decided to turn it into, that was a horn. We decided to turn it into a Tubbo song. So we went from writing like an edgy pop Ranbu song to Tubbo singing a piano ballad. It's somewhere in my drafts, the old like...
Is it really?
It is! I still have like, because I wrote a chorus for it and everything.
You could play a portion of that.
So maybe I'll drag it out. Maybe I'll put a clip here. Boom. Great. Cool. Alright. Moving on. Question number 3. Oh, I wonder who this is. Unintended Mango
Who's that?
asks, what's the funniest/stupidest/most interesting experience you've had in connection to this channel? Those are very different categories. I'm trying to think. I told the Beloved story.
You did tell the Beloved story already. You could tell the Prometheus story.
I was about to say, I'm going to tell specifically about how Unintended Mango got involved with the YouTube channel. I had already written the chorus and the pre-chorus for Prometheus. I was really stuck on the first verse because I was trying to find words that rhyme with fire and I was running out of them very quickly. So I went to go text my brother and it's like, hey, I am stuck on this song. I can't find words that rhyme with fire. I'm very frustrated. And I sent it. 3 minutes later, I get a text back from Mango. It's like, what? And look, I'd accidentally sent it to Mango and not my brother. Sorry, I meant to send that to my brother. But she's like, nah, it's okay. You want help writing a song? I was like, cool. So we ended up writing the entire second half of the first verse, and then we wrote the entire second verse. I think we also wrote the bridge together. Like, well, I guess she's involved in the channel now.
And you never got rid of her.
Yeah, I can't get rid of her. She's forever attached to me.
Haha!
I don't even remember what the category is. How do you write music? Oh no. That is gonna be, I already know this is gonna be a journey. Such underscore story swap underscore Kara Instagram. It's in all caps. Says, so what mic do you use? One moment. Hold on. It says, fine. I use this one. Currently, I borrowed it from my boyfriend. When I'm not using this one, I'm borrowing my dad's, which is not this one. And I don't know what kind it is either. I'm so professional, guys.
Yay!
Like, you can't... Woo! Oh no. I didn't look to the question, I'm just looking at the name. I don't know, I'm gonna butcher this. Dora Alkhair Eton, I am so sorry, asks, I have a question. How do you make songs? Oh boy. For context, I have very little musical training. No musical theory, no learning how to produce music, I got none of that. So my process, I come up with a concept for the song, a character or a theme or something like that. I just mull over that until I come up with a catchy melody with lyrics. It usually happens like in the most random and unhelpful of times and situations.
As creativity does.
As it tends to do. Usually I get that chunk of the melody, whether I came up with a chorus or whether that's part of the verse, I get that entire chunk done. And then I start messing around with the music part so that I know how the rest of the song is going to sound. You would think the next step is to add a chord progression. No. I'm just learning how chords work. Usually the chord progression comes after I've already figured out the melody. Usually it's a lot of me just trying to figure out what sets of notes sound good with different sections of the melody until I'm like, that sounds like music. And it's a lot of fiddling around. It's definitely not a scientific, systematic process at all.
Do you want to talk about lyrics? Do you want to say that for...
Oh, lyrics!
Yeah.
Okay, I can talk about lyrics. That is systematic. I feel much more confident on my lyrics process. So lyrics is usually, I come up with like a little chunk, like maybe a couple lines to like start me on the path type of idea. And then usually I go call Mango. Like, hey, I need help. We usually sit down and spend who knows how long coming up with lyrics by taking maybe a sentence or two, sometimes three, worth of sentiment or idea or like what we want to convey for one line, and we do that for each line. Do you have any input?
We're both creative writers, so we actually have we may not have as much musical experience, but we have a lot of creative writing experience. So this is actually, I mean, I can't speak for you because I don't know how much you do this, but in my little experience writing poetry instead of prose, this is how I do it. I come at lyrics from a poetry perspective. How do I write this poetically? I don't know if that's how you approach it at all.
This is why Mango is much better at writing lyrics, and why I always call on her, because I didn't write poetry until I wrote song lyrics. My song lyrics are my real first attempt at poetry. But I feel like because we do that whole thing where we take 2 or 3 sentences and try to smush it into 12 syllables, it forces us to think and write much more poetically with our lyrics. I don't know, I had to do that for when I wrote In a Castle on a Cloud, which was the first actual full song I wrote. That was interesting because I wrote that by myself, but I really did approach it as poetry because I had to find convoluted ways to talk about things that I couldn't fit in certain syllable counts and with certain rhyme schemes. That was my first experience being like, oh, this is poetry. That's okay, I kind of get it now.
I think that's what makes your songs interesting, is that they are very poetic. Prometheus in particular. But it says a lot in very few words. It also happens to have a lot of words, but it says a lot in very few words. Every word is very thick, so you can really mull over it in a poetic way, which isn't always the case with music, so that's kind of cool.
That's how lyrics work. I hope that answered your question somewhat. I don't know what my process is, I'm still figuring it out. Spunkster asks, which program do you use to produce your music or make your mashups? So we already talked about how I make music is already scuffed. And this is another thing that comes up when I talk to other music producers. You would think that maybe I'd like use Logic Pro or something like that. No, I still use GarageBand because GarageBand works fine for me and I have no reason to get Logic Pro.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it works perfectly fine for what I want to do. So, another one done. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay!
Plans for the future!
Oh no. Ninja Incorporated asks, how many songs will be in the Babel Fell? So the album is called Babel Has Fallen, and there are currently 14 total songs. The original number was 7. So that was back in like October. I think it's going to stay at 14, but knowing me, there is no certainty in that. So I'll say 14. Matus asks, have you ever thought of writing songs that aren't related to the SMP? Yes, kind of. So I have no plans of stopping writing Dream SMP songs. Even after Babel Has Fallen is done, I still have plans for beyond that. So if you're worried about that, don't be. However, I have had ideas for other songs. I really want to write some Passerine songs. I've also thought about writing some songs involving the Critical Role fandom. I am a big Critical Role fan. That was the fandom I was a big part of before I got into Dream SMP. So I think it would be really fun to write some songs for Critical Role as a fandom. Beetlejuice Minecraft says, do you think of planning on making an original song not related to anything? Well, I kind of already answered that a little bit. Depends on what you mean by original song. In my brain, all the Dream SMP songs are original songs because I wrote them and I, like, you know, they're out of my own brain. But, like, not connected anything, that's really hard for me to do. Just the way my brain thinks about music, I completely attach music to storytelling. So if I ever write music beyond Dream SMP, which I have thoughts for, it'll probably be involving either another fandom or my own stories or Mango's stories, because her stories are amazing as well. She's bowing in the background, as she should, because her stuff is so good.
Thanks!
I associate songs so much with storytelling that I'm probably never gonna write some, like, I don't know, love song or something like that. Like, that's just not how I do music. I don't know if that answers what you were asking, but I think that does. That's how I am on all these questions. I hope that answers your question. We'll see.
Alright, are you ready for the last category?
I'm very scared. I see what's in your hand. Oh,
Let's see if it flies!
Okay.
It seemed fitting for the category.
Okay. Random and miscellaneous. There's a lot more on this one.
There are.
Alright. First question. Cypher Webnot says, question. What if you mash up every song in Babel Has Fallen? Do you think it would sound horrible or at least decent? So there are definitely several songs in the album which would sound really good together. Obviously Haunted and Beloved go really well together, if you couldn't tell. But if we put them all together, I don't think it would sound great, because some of the songs are in 4/4 timing, some of the songs are in 3/4 timing, and then some songs are in major key, and some songs are in minor key. Minor and major key don't really like going together. 3/4 timing and 4/4 timing also don't really mesh well. Because there's got those divisions, not all of them are gonna sound very good together. But there are definitely chunks of the album that sound good together, some of them intentionally so.
It'd be cool to hear a medley of them though.
Forgotten Void says, congrats! All the subs and more are deserved because your music is amazing. Oh, I thought that was it, but it's a paragraph break. Speaking of music, my question is, what is your favorite song? Or artist if you can't pick a favorite song, because honestly picking a favorite song is really hard. Favorite song. That one's hard. I have a favorite Dream SMP song. That one's easy. My favorite Dream SMP song is Savior Reprise, The Red Banquet by Butterscotch Bread and Precious Jewel Moore. I love it so much. Mango's clapping in the background because she agrees. If you have not listened to it, go listen to it because it makes me so happy. Favorite song currently that's not Dream SMP might be Intro 3 by NF because it's awesome. Moving on. The Plague Bringer. That's a great username.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a great but also terrifying username. The Plague Bringer says, what's your opinion on deep frying literally everything? As someone who lives in the Midwest and goes to state fairs, a lot of deep fried food is good, but also terrifying. Deep fried Snickers is amazing. I don't know why I ate it, but it was amazing. Deep fried butter terrifies me. But deep frying literally everything I think might destroy the world, but there is room for experimentation, I'll put it that way. Nick Adams says, what's your favorite type of lizard? I don't remember what it's called, but I know exactly what it is. It's the one that has wings. There is a lizard that has like underarm wings, and they're like really colorful too. And I'm like, okay, I adore dragons. So that's my favorite lizard. The lizard that's basically a dragon. I think Mango's gonna go look up what it's called.
It's a genus of agamiid lizards known as flying lizards.
Oh, so they're just called flying lizards?
Yeah.
I like flying lizards. They're cool because they're basically dragons. Yeah, dragons. I'm scared. I see eating bees again's name. Hello, Knight. Optional question. Oh no. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games? Or games? Unlimited games. And no games. Why would you ask this? I know the J-Schlatt reference, but why?
It's a very important question. We need to know.
I don't know the answer though. I don't know. Unlimited games?
Unlimited games with the caveat of no games?
Yeah.
That's your choice?
I don't know what to.
It's a good choice.
Okay,
I respect that.
Cool.
I specifically saved that one for last.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Mango. Thank you for that. Yep. Outro time?
Outro time!
Outro time! I hope that answered some of your questions. Thank you for sending them in. They were very fun to answer and react to, because again, I had no idea what I was doing going into this. But also thank you guys for watching the channel in general. Again, this has been incredible to see this community grow. I don't ask this very often, but actually I've never asked it. Consider subscribing if you're not. You get notifications about when I upload videos and updates on when I post on the community tab and do things like this. So you should totally check that out. We also have a Discord server with some wonderful people and creators and fans all hanging out and having a wonderful chaotic time.
Yay!
And as Mango knows, there are sneak peeks of what I'm working on and live VC where I'm working on music, and it's just very fun. So if you're interested in that, go check out the Discord. The link will be in the description below. Thank you also to Unintended Mango for helping moderate this whole thing and accompanying me behind camera and just messing with me. I don't know how much I want to thank you for that, but you did
I had fun.
So thanks for hanging out and being a part of this. This has been amazing. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. There will be a new song coming out very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Again, subscribe if you want a notification about when that is coming out. Bye, guys!